Hello, you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. It's now become a circus act, hasn't it? I mean, we've got Eddie Hearn. He's bigger now than his fighters, isn't he, really? He makes everything about himself. Now, if you look on this profile picture here, you can see an Eddie Hearn action figure. What would you think? I put the funds up for something like that, eh? Who would you think? What sort of man does that? This is a man that can't fight. Never had a fight in his life. Never had a fight in his life. He's got plenty of rattle. Plenty of rattle. Makes everything about him. Isn't that right, Edward? Isn't that right, Eddie? Little Eddie. Hey? Pop, pop, bang. Hey? What can you do? This is how I look at it. People are just going to chat nonsense for the sake of chatting nonsense in the sport of boxing. It's been going on for years. Always has, and it always will. Right? But there's chatting nonsense, and then there's chatting Eddie Hills nonsense. Now, people say to me, Porky, why do you call him Eddie Hills? Well, because he invented a story about having an amateur career with the name Eddie Hills. But that was only after people said to him, you're on about your amateur career, Eddie. We can't find anybody called Eddie Hearn or Edward John Hearn. Oh, yeah, my dad said, oh, call him Eddie Hills. There's no on record Eddie Hills or Edward Hills or Edward John Hills. Nothing in the amateur books in that name. So you look like you've done a bit of boxing, though, Eddie. There's nothing wrong with that. If you've had a couple of move-arounds in a gym, if that's true, well, I must be an ex-amateur boxer then as well. I must be. When I jump in Chris Smedley's gym up at his ring, you know, and have a bit of a move around and that, I must be an amateur boxer then, am I? Rubbish. Utter rubbish. But when you've got them pulling on fans and lagging from penthouse on all fans from a great height, Houston, we have a problem. Well, we're doing the get on Porky's radar because I rinse these people. Rinse them. But look at the state of the thumbnail. Look at these people. Look at them. Look at the tweets Tony Bellew puts out. Knockout of the year, Robert Hilarious. Tony, have a day off. Have a day off. I understand the vileness that Tony Bellew gets for his comments, but he just loves everything macho. I thought Darren Barker were bad, but he's took it to a new level. I thought Johnny Horsecock Nelson were bad at Sky. No. Tony's took it to a new level. And the best thing about it is, Tony despises everything that Eddie Hearn or Eddie Hill stands for in life. He despises that. But yet, if you're paying him, he'll put up with it. Could you imagine these people as your co-accused on trial at Crown Court? Oh, it'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Utter nightmare. Utter nightmare. Which brings me to Big Meech. Big Meech. The Larry Hoover of boxing, a.k.a. Nicky Barnes, a.k.a. the Godfather. Oh, my God. Hey, it's like he's having a breakdown in front of us all, isn't it, Joshua? Well, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like he's on his way out, doesn't he? It's end game for him now, isn't it? He could lose his cool at any day, and the mask will slip. Trust me, it's in there. Sometimes the red mist descends, and you'll forget about your position and how many millions you've got. Then you'll have to part with some of them millions, not to end up in the shovel. But then again, you wriggled out that last one, didn't you? But we all know about that, don't we? What happened there? But it's just become a poo feast, hasn't it? An utter poo feast. at the moment, Matchroom and all that around them. It's awful. It's become gimmicky and misfitsy and influency, and I can understand why people are jumping ship. Who'd want to go to DAZN now and Matchroom? Who'd want to be on their shows now? With the crowd that they attract and all the knackers surrounding it, like that IFL nonsense. What is all that about now? In-house media. What is all that about? Hey, we've got that lunatic, the Gad. Have you seen him lately? Did you see him big in that show? Everybody went home happy after Joshua's fight. Everybody went home happy. Half of them were booing. Not everybody went home happy. And why are you, Gareth A. Davies, the Gad, all of a sudden a promoter? Why are you in every interview? Why are YouTubers interviewing media guys? Interview boxers. You don't get me going and interviewing media guys, do you? The other channels. You go to a show or a gym, or you're not interviewing other media people. Interview boxers and trainers. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see you in interviews, Gad. We're seeing enough of you on TalkSport, and you don't give an opinion on there. You sit on fence. You've become a fence sitter lately. Everybody's protecting the corner, aren't they? They don't want to balls anything up, do they? They all want their own little bit of glory, don't they? A little bit of fame, a little bit of reflected glory. That's what it is, isn't it? Hey. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? Send them in. Send them in. Induction wing at Armley. Let's see them in there. In Armley. Let's see how they conduct themselves in there. Hey? When they're having to ring the families and get the families to go around to an address in Leeds and pay people money just so they can survive in there, or don't have to do vile things just to stay alive. Hey, let's see that. When two big geezers come in your cell and say, my missus has got hold of your missus in car park, right, and she's just took £100 off her, and we want it every week or you're getting done in. Let's see you get out of that one. Pop, pop, bang. Not real people, these. They're living in a bubble. Unbelievable. Ask Big Meech about his 2 week in Reading. He didn't fancy that, did he? Pop, pop, bang. On phone to McCracken. Get me that. Not for everybody jail time, like I've said. But what these people are doing, they need putting in jail. Robbing fans, blind, robbing us, serving up crap while talking about big fights down the line. They're talking about Wilder Joshua 2024 now. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Utter poo. What amazes me is that you lot have been able to get away with it for so long. Well, Tony Bellew never beat a champion, did it? British, Commonwealth, European, and World Champion, World Belt, WBC as well. How embarrassing! He's never took a belt off a champion throughout all the levels, but he's masquerading as a know-all. When you've done it to the level I've done it, then you can talk. Okay, then. Well, what level did you do it at? Because you never took a belt off a champion. And the champions Joshua's beat are as follows. Charlie Martin got the belt by default. Povetkin, God, old man, regular champion. Joseph Parker got the belt by default. It was Furies, just like Martin ended up with Furies down the line. So that's three that really wouldn't have been champions. Vladimir, an old man. In his 42nd year, 18 months at the settee after Fury ruined him. And then Andy Ruiz, a fat man, who Joshua ran from in rematch, didn't want to engage. That's Joshua's 5 wins over champions, former, current, and future. Yeah, he took a belt off. Well, who did he take a belt off, really? Charlie Martin and Parker, but they weren't really his belts, they were Fury's belts. They were paper champions. So Joshua's CV's got more holes in it than Shook Knight's 750 BMW from when Tupac got murdered. More holes in it than that, and Swiss cheese. It's the biggest load of rubbish ever. We've been duped. Just like Tony Bell, you duped us. You know what I mean? With them pay-per-views with David A, masquerading as elite fighters. Oh my God. One a fraud and one held together by masking tape. David A would have run over you years earlier. Shocking. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. It's a circus. Go on, pop, pop, bang. Peace out.